And like that, we will immediately start our first map of today between TransacT and XTATIC. We are going to Clubhouse and we'll start the banning phase right here and now. First ban coming out from XTATIC on the defending side first, not attacking side, will be the TransacT. I'm always confused with orange team attacking first. Because in my head, orange equals red equals, well, danger and attacking, but, well, I'm colorblind, of course I'm going to think that. Second ban will be, I still have the wrong bans in. Second ban will be the Lion going out from, who was playing against TransacT? I've got short-term memory loss. Lion and TransacT, not too concerned about the Lion ban. It's not an operator you see way too often. TransacT could be something worse. Well, seeing that you need to get around a bandit if you want to utilize your thermite, but that bandit is gone, so the only thing of real pressure could be a mute. But you didn't really see mutes coming around. Legion, our next ban, or our last ban for the first map. Also here, don't know how much the Legion is going to hurt our teams. But the TransacT and Bandit are two bans I would be most concerned with while playing. Scully as a thermite won't be too concerned about the Bandit ban, but well, we've lost TransacT and Bandit and we are getting Twitch and Mute. So both of the operators, I'd say, are substitute for, well, the two operators we've lost. Seeing that the Mute does or the Jammer does the same thing to thermite charges. Well, it doesn't necessarily directly completely destroy them, but it makes them not work. With Twitch, well, you're not getting work done against most of the or against all bandit batteries around you, but you're taking some out, and there's also the risk of the Twitch drone falling. So it's of course not the best substitute, seeing that it is a substitute, but it works out, or it should work out. Danish now trying to work with that first wall. We're playing CCTV Cache as our first defense, and what I like about the new Clubhouse is that there are so many possible places for a thermite to do work on. There's that wall, there's obviously that wall, and if you're really crazy, you could try that wall, or like that wall right here. Probably more that wall I pointed out last. I have to change the title. I did that over... oh, well. I did that, but okay. I probably need to do that again in a minute. I'll just let this round play out. So for Scully, something he can work with and something that should probably work out for him. He's right now just trying to place his claimer, and they've also got MGK who's immediately going inside. Kane, of course, on the Ele, trying to at least take out that Montaigne on MGK. MGK still standing strong, and he's got a friend behind him. That friend would be Rubber, trying to do the same thing to Kane. Kane did to MGK. Kane still unfazed, still staying alive, still waiting for both of them to come in. He knows there's a Zephyr right behind him. Azura is now on the Maestro, trying to do some work over his evil eyes. Will not be able to see anyone too soon, but he's trying to hit. And then there's Kane! MGK completely distracted by that evil eye. Kane using his chance and getting that first kill. Rubber right now on 25 HP, but still the work is done. The Montaigne will fall, and that is important for the defending team. Losing that Montaigne for the attackers. Scully on the other hand already through the first wall. Danish still waiting for anyone to come through. Katanka up here on the A side. Well, and Scully already on the side, planting that diffuser. There's a C4 coming through, will not face him at all. That diffuser will be planted, and he will be taken out immediately by Osiris. And there's only Frosty and Rubber left. Frosty at least getting one kill on his Claymore, but he's too far away from anything to do work. Rubber still downstairs, needs to get up there, and both will get one kill, and with those skills, amazingly, TransacT will win that first round. And I didn't really think that would be possible for them, seeing that the way they were completely split up and so far away from the side. But they made work of it. Scully in a lucky position, not getting hit by that C4 immediately in front of him. That was a really unlucky throw, but I'm pretty sure he could have heard. Scully was a little bit more to the right, and I think he even could have seen him. But that C4 still missed, the diffuser got planted, and with that diffuser planted, TransacT took the round in their own hands and won it from there on out. And like I said, if TransacT is going to win rounds, they will look beautiful. XTATIC taking the first 2 kills, I think, of the round. And after that, just trying to hold on, and TransacT using everything they've got to break through the lines and to win this game. I was about to change titles. Well, on a starting, I'll just give you the look on XTATIC, and I'll mute myself for just a second. And with the title changed and an amazing first round by TransacT, we are going into round 2. TransacT now needs to attack downstairs in Church and Arsenal. And Armory, sorry, and XTATIC is just trying to take the amazing round TransacT just had and bring it back. Just flip it completely and get to that 1-1. Danish and Tweaky up there in the tunnel. They've got XTATIC with them, Matt McLaren and Scully trying to push through. They know there's a mute jammer right around the corner, so they're able to go through right there immediately. And nice placement, actually, of that shield. That will actually deny them the kill or destruction of that mute jammer and allow them to hold off that reinforcement just a little bit more longer. Scully will not be able to get through there, and with that they've at least got one open hallway. Also, now we know why Tweaky's up there. Jaeger, ADS taking up that first grenade, so they are definitely not getting through that shield. Great placement there by XTATIC, who are making use of what they've got, which is a mute jammer and no Thatcher on the other side. Still, Frosty on there with his Twitch drone, but still try to make do. But I'm seeing XTATIC still there, and XTATIC is just waiting on the Twitch drone to come around. And if he's getting that Twitch drone, that's the last one. Rubber just getting through with his first drone, seeing if maybe Frosty will have problems getting through on his Twitch drone. Shooting his impacts in there. Frosty's Twitch drone on the way. XTATIC taking that out, and with that, they shouldn't be able to get in there. Maybe if they've got another nade. I'm not sure. Did they get the mute jammer? I did not even see a shot coming out of them. No, Scully taking this exothermic charge, going in there. MGK now the only one who can... Well, not the only one, but he's already shot his pellets. So those hatches up there should be open, and with that they should try to now get in. XTATIC on the wrong side completely. Needs to move if he wants to save Tweaky, who's now on half HP. Oh, but his way into the side isn't that long. Capital charges from Matt McLaren already going in. Scully on the side planting his diffuser will be killed from behind. XTATIC coming in there, getting that kill, using his next gas canister to at least hold off some more attackers. And Kane also getting a kill from upstairs on the first floor, trying to find a second player up here. And there is a second player. There's Matt McLaren right here in the kitchen. And Kane just waits to see him. Still, there's Rubber, also that. Matt McLaren getting down, trying to find another kill. Rubber still staying up there. Matt McLaren still on 25 HP, will not find another kill. Kane coming from behind, finding the kill against Rubber. and now it's Tweaky with the last kill on Frosty, and this will be a great second round by XTATIC to bring them on the 1-round draw. XTATIC just holding up, having a great shield placement in the beginning, and well, using everything they've got to snatch that win round away from TransacT's hands. And it works. It works out perfectly for them, just like they've planned. That everything they needed. They had the meat gemmer with the shield, the Jäger ADS against grenades, and they had the smoke there against the coming Twitch drone. They found both Twitch drones and knew they were saved. And even if he didn't get the Twitch drone, there was still the smoke there, of course, with his gas canisters. So he could at least try to do some damage or deal some damage with those gas canisters or hold the enemy team off. They thought of everything, and that worked just perfectly. So now the basement completely gone for XTATIC for now. We will only be able to see that back in our last round of this half. XTATIC now again going to CCTV carefully. They were there before, and that didn't really work out. MGK now again on the Montaigne. He made the decision to face the Evil Eye the last round. Or was it the Jäger? One of the two, but I'm pretty sure it was the Evil Eye. And got therefore killed by Kane from the side. That was a fatal mistake for him, costing him his life. Still, TransacT was able to win this round with 2 players alive. They've lost 1 or 2, I'm still not sure. Like I said, short-term memory loss. They've lost 1 or 2 players immediately in the beginning, but they were still able to turn it around and to win the whole round. Frosty now slowly moving out. He's got Scully right behind him as the Thermite with the diffuser. Scully's doing, well, the work he needs to be doing with that diffuser. Last round it didn't really work out. He got killed instantly. Wasn't able to get 1 or 2 kills. Wasn't able to get the diffuser down. Nor was he able to get the kill, seeing that everyone was staying alive. Kane again in the garage, just waiting on anyone to make a mistake. I think there's Rubber in front of that garage trying to go in. No, Rubber's already in stock room. Trying to see if he can open up that floor and try and get a kill from there. MGK right in front of him with that extendable shield on the Montaigne. Trying to get around. Scully placing his first exothermic charge. Is he trying to breach it already? Is there a mute gem in front of it which they can't get? I'm not too sure. But he's walking away and I'm not hearing any exothermic charges yet. The zeros on the Maestro, seeing MGK dealing at least quarter of his health damage. Kane and Katanka getting 1 kill each. Katanka now down on the ground. Kane still alive as the Ela in the garage. MGK will at least be stand by his concussion mine, but still stay alive. Matt McLaren will now take out Katanka, who was laying on the ground anyways. MGK now on the ground himself. Scully needs to come around to help him, but Kane from behind will take MGK out. So now it's a 2v4. Scully and Matt McLaren, the last 2 people alive. Matt McLaren in the basement, slowly coming up from the stairs, trying to get around Kane. He's now all the way upstairs in the garage together with Tweaky. So Matt McLaren won't be able to do too much. Scully just waiting on Matt McLaren to be able to help him. But Matt McLaren now on the ground, so Scully now in a 1v4 if he's not able to get him up. And he shouldn't be. Because there's Kane, well now there's just Tweaky up there, and he's seeing that leg, he's shooting that leg, so now Scully really in a 1v4. No way he can change that to a 2v4. He needs to try and get a kill on 1 or 2 of those enemy players. Still has a diffuser. He still has, well, 30 seconds and he gets 1 kill. He gets 2 kills! And now it's all down to a Zeros and Tweaky. Ali not able to see or hear where the enemy players are.
15 seconds remaining.
Don't know why, but he's trying to breach through. And the Zeros from the side getting the headshot with his LMG. Getting that last kill of the round and bringing this to a 2-1. XTATIC, well, closely winning this round because, well, amazingly, Scully was able to snatch 2 kills and bring this at least to a 1v2 in a 1v4. He produced some sweat on the side of XTATIC because he was still able to win it right there. Unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to win it completely, so TransacT will go empty-handed and will lose the next round. 2-1 the score. Our defenders on XTATIC side just a little bit in the lead. Jim and Bedroom now our next defense with a newly added room, a defense that could theoretically work and isn't the worst defenses of them all. It's amazing how much just one little room, well, it's not only the one little room that got added, but how much one room can change on one map. Because without that room, I wouldn't consider a Gym Bedroom defense at all winnable. But it is now. So XTATIC now trying to pull that off. Seeing that you've also got blue stairs, I'm surprised XTATIC, that stairs of course, I'm surprised XTATIC isn't also relying more on roamers. Because they've got the possibility to roam around. They've got 3 floors over... They've got three floors stacked on top every time. Just like on this place right here, where the pool table starts. Right there, it's just 1 floor, but other than that, it's always 3 floors on top of each other, which is, well, except for here, or 2, which is in theory perfect for a roamer. And on top of that, you've got the blue stairs, which was now added, so you've got 3 ways to get on top from the basement, which, if you want to get below your enemy, you're not that predictable. You've got multiple ways to get up. So yeah, it's basically a roamer's room right now. Still, they aren't relying so heavily on roamers. Kane now a little bit away from the side, was playing the garage in the last games. We'll try and see if you can find anyone in the garage right now from TransacT. TransacT still staying somewhat back. Matt McLaren already in, trying to make do with what he has. And Scully on his way to try and breach through that first garage door. I mean, it's not really a garage on that other side, but it really looks like a garage door. Frosty with no way of getting in there with his Twitch drone, and that right there is a problem. That shows again that XTATIC has everything planned, because Frosty has no way of getting in. There's Frost, and there's Kane coming from behind, getting the kill against Frosty. So now the Twitch run is completely out, and all they can do is hope that they are somehow able to get that mute jammer done. MGK now finding Kane on the other side. Kane knowing he's spotted by a drone. Needs to be careful that he isn't pushed by the player in garage. He's pretty loud at doing that. Pushing to the front, that should be MGK. MGK just losing a quarter of his health, stunning in. Not finding anyone of the enemy players right now. Kane still staying alive. Just waiting if maybe he is pushed. Getting out there. Seeing at least. Don't know who that is. But he's seeing him. I think that's Scully. Scully is still staying alive. Matt McLaren now with his flashbangs doing nothing. Still Matt McLaren able to get the headshot against Kane. Bring this all to a 4v4. Katanka still alive. Trying to wait if he can see anyone on the side. Azira is with him in the bathroom. Tweaky just waiting if anyone's coming through logistics. Scully still on the diffuser. Tweaky getting the kill against MGK. That's the Hibana completely gone. Scully is already able to do nothing as the Thermite. And Matt McLaren now trying to flash in, using his last Candela and being stunned by that Ela. Concussion Mine doing work. Matt McLaren on half of his health, coming up. Tweaky finding that kill against Matt McLaren and bringing it all down to a 2v4. A 1v4 was brought by Scully alone up to a 1v2. He's now trying to plant the diffuser. Rubber getting 1 kill. Scully falling to the ground. Rubber at least getting a 2nd kill. Bring it all down to a 1v2. He's got 10 seconds. He really needs to plant that diffuser. Diffuser will come through. Tweaky will not find him now. And that diffuser will be planted. Rubber losing a quarter of his health. He's already outside. And with that, Danish should be able to try and defuse that diffuser. Tweaky not seeing anyone. Rubber on 25 HP. Just slowly rappelling up there. They were able to hear that. What he isn't able to hear that is that Tweaky is already trying to defuse. Danish getting the last kill onto Rubber. And with that, we are going into a 1-3 for XTATIC, able to win that first round. So, we are now in the last round of this half, and XTATIC is right now again able to play in Church Arsenal, which they were planning. It was their first round they won. The first round, not MGK, TransacT with MGK won was in CCTV Cash, which was the first round overall. The second round, Church Arsenal, was going pretty well for XTATIC. I'm interested to see if they are going to try the same thing they did last time. Katanka right now on the Rook, probably switching to that smoke. Yep, that smoke's coming out. And are they still probably at the shield? They still have the mute jammer and the ADS. So are they going to try the same thing with the tunnel? I'm not too sure, because right now the thing is, TransacT will definitely expect that. But on the other hand, what are you going to do against it? Even if you expect it, there's no way you're doing any useful thing against that if it works for XTATIC the way it did before. Maybe TransacT is able to surprise me somehow and somehow get rid of the ADS. But I'm not too sure about that. Tweaky setting up right now. He's got his shield, he's got his ADS, and Danish now setting up the mute jammer. I mean, if they get rid of the ADS right there, they could nade in, try and get the mute jammer. But if that ADS is still alive, there's no way in hell they can even handle this. Is hell a swear word? Like, I'm pretty sure it isn't, but I don't know. Scully now trying to get through. Danish on the other side. Scully knows exactly what he's up against, seeing that shield and knowing, yeah, there's no flaw in that plan. Danish has said, I didn't know he's got 3 mute jammers right there. I thought there was just 1 behind that shield, but I didn't expect 3. Danish is set up in there. Kanye getting the first kill against Frosty. That's the Twitch done, and that's their only way to get through. 3 mute jammers. Well, really didn't expect that. Scully now up above that first hedge, using his Texanian dynamite, or a Texan dynamite? Would have expected a Texanian dynamite to try and get through, but there's still an impact coming from below, destroying that first dynamite. Which, again, is something I didn't expect, but they won't get through the second one. Problem now for TransacT is they were only able to open up 1. They lost MGK in the meantime. Scully also now down to a quarter of his health. And they only have 1 hedge to try and make it through. Kane getting the kill against Rubber, coming around the corner, also finding Scully. And now it's all down to Matt McLaren in a 1v5. He needs to ace this. If he doesn't, this is definitely looking just like that first round on the basement defense we've seen by XTATIC, with 5 players still being alive. Matt McLaren has Sophia, still has 3 breaching charges. There's nothing too much he can do with those. So let's grenade launcher. Problem for him is the diffuser is on Kane. Kane pushing him, trying to get Matt McLaren out of the game, getting that kill. Matt McLaren won't be able to get himself up. Kane getting the last kill in that first half, bringing this all down to a 4-1. XTATIC still staying alive and well. And with a 3-round lead, TransacT really will have a hard time to try and get Clubhouse away from XTATIC. I'm not seeing Clubhouse as the map TransacT will win. Seeing that they need to get behind a 3-round lead. That isn't impossible per se, but you're probably not going to be able to do that. Well, still, let's be interested if in TransacT, maybe they've got a immensely good defense, and maybe they are going to be able to win 4 rounds in a row to bring this to an overtime at least. 5 rounds in a row to win this. Oh, they need a flawless half right now. Again, not impossible, but it's not probable. Scully has the smoke, they've got the castle mute, Jäger and the echo. We haven't seen an echo coming out from XTATIC, which probably would have saved their first round. I mean, maybe. You can, of course, delay that diffuser just a little bit longer. I don't know if an echo would have saved that first round. I don't even know if that would have mattered at all, because, well, it's now a 4-1, even if they, well, they lost their first round. So yeah, even with that first round gone, they are still looking well. If this is really coming down to 1 round, that's a pity for XTATIC. TransacT now on the Capital. Have we seen a Capital? Yeah, we've definitely seen a Capital on MGK, I'm pretty sure. As Kane on the Twitch. Zero is going in as Thermite, Bug for Tweaky. Haven't seen a Tweaky on MGK side, on TransacT side, and Danish on the Montaigne. Danish now through the garage has at least Tweaky right behind him. Tweaky just waiting a little bit to move. And Danish just making his way through. Fast attack or quick attack by XTATIC right off the gate. They are in the garage and right in front of CCTV, just trying to get through. Tweaky just opening up that wall. So now TransacT definitely knows where they are going to come from. But Danish doesn't need to remove that extendable shield. Will be able to go through, and there's at least 1 player in front of him on cash. That is Rubber. MGK also there as the Echo. KTATIC getting the first kill against Rubber. Blowing through will be Osiris, and MGK still as the Echo, trying to keep his drones alive. KTATIC now really grateful for that first kill. They are definitely not getting that Echo drone down. That's now out of the question. Scully waiting behind the corner, just waiting on the enemy team to come around. Tweaky now upstairs, opening that next wall. And KTATIC getting Danish killed! Now this is a 4v4 and XTATIC is doing TransacT's work. Now they've got 1 player less to kill, which is pretty good for them, to say the least. And then there's Scully, who's just 1 second too early with losing his ADS. And, well, with him not aiming down sides, KTATIC will come around the corner. Even if he's stunned by the Echo drone, he's still stunned. It's not stunned, but something else. But he's still getting that kill against Scully, which is really unfortunate because Scully had him down and he was moving slow around the corner, so Scully was probably able to get that kill. Frosty's position now known. Let's be careful right here in the bathroom. Will not move an inch, but is not able to get a kill onto anyone on the enemy team. Kane still staying alive as Twitch. KTATIC now slowly firing in. Matt McLaren getting that first kill against Kane, bringing this all down to a 3v3, getting the drop against Osiris. Osiris down on the ground. There's the C4. Will take Osiris out. The diffuser already down, and now it's all down to Tweaky. Tweaky in a 1v3 needs to try and take 3 players out. Matt McLaren will find him, and like that, TransacT with 3 players alive will take that first round away. Windows for some reason trying to tap out of Rainbow Six Siege. No big deal. And, well, TransacT again winning the first round of the half, bringing this all to a 2-4, but XTATIC is still in the lead, and that with 2 rounds. 2 rounds isn't a massive lead, but if you imagine, if you think about it, you've got 5 rounds. You can be in the lead. Well, technically 6 if you win 6-0, but you've got 5 rounds to be in the lead without winning. So that is nearly half of 1 half, which TransacT still needs to win flawlessly without XTATIC moving up or to catch up to XTATIC. If they don't win with this flawlessly, XTATIC will move up to the match point, and all TransacT can do at that point is try and, well, win in overtime. Or, well, lose, which they aren't going to try. Obviously. Echo still coming out for MGK. CCTV Cash Room defense now going in. Frosty on the Mira. Capital, Twitch, Thermite, Buck, and if I had to guess, probably again the Montaigne on the attacking side. Yep, the Montaigne. Like that, nothing much has changed. I'm not too sure about Frosty. Was he always on the Mira? I don't actually know. I would have said he was on Castle. Nonetheless, they bring out that mirror. If it's changed or not, I'm pretty sure it's the change to their first setup. But okay. Mirror coming out for Frosty. Matt McLaren on the mute. Trying to keep off any drones and trying to keep that reinforced wall alive. I like what he's doing. Plays that gem on the reinforced wall so Cyrus can't get through here. Plays that gem right here so Kane can't get through with his Twitch drone. Thing is, he can still try and go over from the garage or somewhere else. They don't really need to worry about going in from there, but it's their first point of attack probably. MGK now staying alive on the side. Matt McLaren actually downstairs in the basement, just waiting on players to get above him. And if he's playing that correctly, he can get the drop onto Danish. MGK now getting the first kill onto Tweaky. Tweaky won't be able to do anything this round. No one's looking downstairs. Matt McLaren still staying alive and hidden. Thing is, he needs to try and get up there soon enough. 2 players already getting up there. He can only tell his team, yeah, there's 2 players. He can't do too much against them. MGK right behind him with 1 drone. Matt McLaren now being spotted as he gets the first kill onto Kane. They should know that Matt McLaren is now downstairs in the basement. But nonetheless, that second kill is going into the hands of TransacT. And XTATIC now needs to try and take this round away. 2 entry frags going TransacT's way, and XTATIC now needs to try and help them off. Katanka still in the Capital. Osiris right behind him will be found by Matt McLaren, who's moved all the way around. Diffuser on the ground. Katanka at least getting the kill against Frosty, but that doesn't matter at all because they don't even have the diffuser. He will find 2 kills. Maybe it does matter. 2 kills now for Katanka. This is all now a 2v2. Well, make it a 2v1 since Matt McLaren is able to get the kill onto Danish. Rubber still staying alive. Katanka will find him, and like that, it's a 1v1. And maybe he doesn't even need the diffuser because Matt McLaren now the last player alive. You can definitely hear where Katanka is going to come from. Katanka on the way to the diffuser. Matt McLaren will not be able to stop that at all. Diffuser now in the hands of Katanka. Katanka trying to get in the B side. It's definitely being spotted by Matt McLaren, who's just watching through the window. He knows there's a player on the B side. 45 seconds still left to go. Matt McLaren trying to get the kill through the wall. Will be hit a little bit. Katanka still staying alive. Matt McLaren choosing another position to try and stay a little bit more safer. Katanka now playing hide and seek. Diffuser being planted. Matt McLaren making too much noise. Katanka seeing them through the window. And both down to a slither of the health. Katanka coming around the corner, getting the kill against Matt McLaren. And I'm not sure, but I think that was an ace by Katanka to get them onto that match point. Amazingly played by Katanka. Without even needing the diffuser, he's able to take down the whole team of TransacT. Getting the first kill with a fire dart, getting 2 kills after that. Then finding the Jaeger in another room. And, well, it's basically always a 1v1 except for that for those first 3 kills. That first kill was a 1v1, the 2 kills after that was a complete 1v2, and he was still able to win this. Amazingly played by Katanka, bring this all to a 2-5 XTATIC, now on the match point. 3 rounds to go for TransacT, more than half of one half to, well, more than a quarter of a game, basically, to try and at least get an overtime out of this. But the way XTATIC just played that, just turning that whole round completely to their favor with a 1-man army. Unbelievable, really unbelievable. Frosty now switching from the cap gun to the Maestro. CCTV Cash, our next defense. Echo, Mute, Smoke, Jaeger, and Set Maestro coming out for TransacT. And, well, Sophia, Twitch, Thermite, Puck, and Doka AB on the attack. Haven't seen the Doka AB, I'm sure, yes, because we've seen the Montaigne instead of Doka AB. But the Montaigne wasn't working out for Danish, so he's now switching to another operator, trying to win it from there. Interested to see if this is going to work. I just want to talk about one round. Was it the last round? Yeah, it was the last round. Matt McLaren staying down here in the basement, finding actually 2 kills. Was it 2 kills or 1 kill? 1 kill from down there. Pretty sure it was just 1 kill. And moving all the way around, utilizing that new blue stairs to get up here and see Osiris going up the stairs just from that doorway was well played by Matt McLaren, and utilizing that new update to Clubhouse with that new staircase, a way for him to easily get up to the ground floor or first floor again, which he played really well and which could have gotten TransacT the round win. They've gotten 2 entry frags right off the bat. Probably should have been the round win for them. It wasn't at the end, but it was a good effort made. Scully now on the smoke, still setting up with Frosty. Kane trying to see if he's got any way to get his Twitch run in. Right now there's no way for him, but Tweaky already right there inside of the garage. Garage door already open. They now have 2 different ways into the garage. And at that point I'm asking myself, why has no one else done that before? In this whole game we've seen 7 rounds. And in the 8th round this is the first time we've seen anyone try and do this. Katanka getting killed immediately by Matt McLaren, so he won't be able to do a 1v5 right off the bat. Matt McLaren is really playing the roamer for TransacT, which is looking good for them. He's doing work and he's doing the work necessary. Osiris now trying to get through as the Thermite. And I like how Matt McLaren is actually blooming. Is it blooming? Yes, blooming as how glowing. Shining? He's performing well as the mute. I shouldn't try and use I've forgotten the English word for that, but I should stop and try and use it. Matt McLaren actually doing the work done. He's actually doing really well as a roamer on the defense side, and at that point for TransacT eSports, they should probably always play maps like, well, Clubhouse Bank, maps where they can easily enforce a roamer into the mix. Probably also Border, which is what I should have said before, seeing that, well, it's the most played map. Azira is getting the kill against Matt McLaren. It's not going to be able to roam around any longer. Scully getting the kill against Danish, at least bring this all to a 3v4. Kane, Osiris, Tweaky, still alive. Osiris trying to somehow get in. Will be shot by one evil eye. Frosty will now try to take him out as the Maestro on foot will find that kill. Will be taken out by Tweaky in the meantime. So the trade coming in. 3v2. Tweaky finding another kill. 2-for-1 trade now here in favor for XTATIC. Tweaky now trying to go into the side. 10 seconds and he needs to find 2 kills. He's at least finding 1 kill. And now Rubber's the last player alive. Diffuser being planted. Rubber's hearing that. But Tweaky can't stop planting the diffuser. He will stop, and with that, time's over. And XTATIC will lose that next round. That's the problem with you having not enough time. You really need to push that diffuser through. And if that diffuser will not... If you hear a player coming behind you and you're in a 1v1, if you're the last player alive for the attacking team in a 1v1 and you still need to defuse, you're dead. You're basically dead. Because if you don't have enough time, all you can do is really stick the diffuser. And then there's 2 scenarios. You're lucky enough to stay alive and stay in a 1v1, or you're unlucky and your enemy is right behind you, getting the drop of you on you while you're still defusing, or while you're just done planting the diffuser. Or, other possible scenario, you stop planting the diffuser with you in, well, I'd say it's the overtime of the round. With you in overtime, you're basically immediately running out of time, and just like that, it is then the round for the enemy team. So there is really... There's more scenarios for the defending team to win in a 1v1 than the attacking team. Well, if time's running short. It is why I'm telling so many teams to try and go in a little bit faster. In that point, XTATIC is doing a great job going in. Well, 1 minute and with 1.5 minutes still left to go at some points, or make it 2 minutes and already on their way to the sides. XTATIC is going in really quick, and they do have enough time to allow XTATIC to win a 1v5. But in that round right there, they had the problem of matchlink and so many people coming from other sides, which just cost them so many players, which really slowed them down, which then brought them down to Rubber versus Tweaky, was it, I think, in a 1v1, which they could not possibly win. Rubber was right behind Tweaky while he's still planting the diffuser. Tweaky needed to turn around, but the time was already over. Same scenario I talked about before. Tweaky now getting attacked by Rubber. He's getting the revenge he always wanted, but Rubber will strike back, and now that's the 1v1 we should have seen before. And this 1v1 will be won by Rubber. That was a real tongue twister. This 1v1 will be won by Rubber. By saying that 3 times fast, XTATIC on the Ying, trying to see every player through that doorway. But the new gem are being placed right beside him, so his drone being taken out immediately. Well played there by matchlink, although it's just one drone taken out of the mix. And not even completely, now it's completely gone. He's seeing feet in the other room. I was about to say footsteps, not foots. XTATIC still staying alive. MGK now with his drone. I don't know what he was doing or why he was trying that, but okay, I'm now seeing XTATIC's thing. XTATIC's charge, which is why I am now... That was not the best Candela you could have thrown. Which is why I'm now really seeing why matchlink really placed that... Gemma right there. So that couldn't happen. XTATIC throwing his last Candela, blowing through, and immediately getting killed by Frosty. Kane getting the drop onto Rubber, bringing this all down to a 3v3, trading out. Danish already on the way inside the side. He's got a Zeros with the diffuser right behind him. He's dazed right now, but still kicking. And I'm pretty sure there's one player trying to come from behind. No, there's no player trying to come from behind. matchlink. Well, no, matchlink isn't CCTV. matchlink could try and come from behind, but XTATIC is watching him. Zero is falling to the ground. Frosty throwing his impact nade, getting that kill. So Danish now completely alone. Kane needs to move towards him. And now this is matchlink's time to move. matchlink coming from behind. 2 players not knowing what they are supposed to do because matchlink is already here. And now what is Danish going to do? Because he's got one player in front of him, 1 player behind him. He needs to try and win a 1v3 as Montaigne is not able to do that. Danish getting at least the kill against MGK, but Frosty then from behind finding the headshot against the last Montaigne. So Clubhouse boiling down to that round 10. And this round 10 will decide if we are going into an overtime or XTATIC will win that first map. Like I said, TransacT, I wasn't thinking, I was not even, I didn't reckon they were able to hold up that well against XTATIC. But I was saying, if they are able to hold up against XTATIC, we are going to see a great match in front of us. And I'm thinking that this is a great match. This is really close and we're seeing many different well-executed strategies by both teams. And we've even seen an ace. A game with an ace is already a great game. So XTATIC, the man with the ace, now playing the Capitão. Pretty sure he's also the man with the only ace, but I'm not even pretty sure if he's... No, he's definitely gotten that ace. Yeah. Using the 6th pick to switch from Capitão to Capitão. Understandable, same, yeah, sure. And XTATIC now trying to attack for one last time. We will go down to the basement. MGK now trying to master the pulse, which could work. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what he's going for at that point. He's not trying to do it with the Echo, which isn't really something you need to throw away. But okay. Pretty sure I know what he's going for. He's probably trying to see if anyone's trying to blow through those hatches and throwing the C4 up to get the kill. Which could work. By the way, I'm just now realizing what TransacT could have done was use that Twitch run and go the long con. Use the blue stairs to go around through Armory, through the tunnel, and come from behind. But that probably wouldn't have worked because there's still one player, but and many more players on the way there. But if that would have worked, like that's Assassin's Creed style, that would have just been amazing. Now, Osiris as the Thermite blowing through TransacT doesn't really have the same thing going for them as XTATIC did. Frosty still trying to defend Rubber setting up, which is actually successful, but they will be spotted by Tweaky. Tweaky is now running in, trying to get that kill onto Rubber, and now Tweaky is finally getting the revenge he wanted. Still, Rubber in the fight, probably with one kill in front. Well, I'm just tracking the last 3 rounds, but the last 3 rounds are saying 2-1, so Tweaky, you still have some work to do in that next game. Or the overtime if TransacT really can bring it to an overtime. Tweaky now trying to blow through, he killed Rubber, so that hedge right there won't be a problem for him. Osiris getting that second hedge done, so now both hedges open. MGK not able to do anything with his C4, that C4 is already blown and not getting any kills. Osiris on his way through, droning, if you can see anyone on his way down. Scully still staying safe, and there's still Tweaky from upstairs trying to find anyone through the floor, which isn't going to work for him till now. Danish already on his way through the tunnel, probably has Osiris. He's got someone behind him. It would be Katanka. Katanka as the Capital trying to do some damage with his fire. Will not be able to find anyone, but he's trying. Scully still staying alive on the other side, holding off that those 2 players. Matt McLaren coming from behind. And this is important, because Matt McLaren, like I said, he's going really slow actually. Like I said, Matt McLaren is the player for TransacT who's roaming and is roaming good. If he's able to roam so well that he will be behind all of those enemy players and get 1 or 2 kills, this might still be the round for TransacT. But Matt McLaren shooting early on. Tweaky still alive, but he's still behind Kane. Kane shot! No, there's a player above him! Still falling to Matt McLaren, and now this is a 3v4. Matt McLaren still upstairs, his position is now definitely known. He should immediately drop down so he's not killed. The diffuser already being planted, I didn't even notice that. Osiris dropping down, getting that diffuser done. Gas coming towards him, Frosty getting the kill onto Katanka. Osiris on the ground, falling to Scully's gas, and this is now a 2v3. Tweaky still up there. Danish trying to tell him when that diffuser is going to be diffused. Tweaky getting 2 kills. Danish, good job done right there. And Frosty now in a 1v2. No time left. This will be the 4-6. XTATIC winning our first map of today, Clubhouse, and going over to Border with at least 1 map already done. So the worst they can do is going into a draw, a 1-1 overall. Really well done by both teams. At the end, a little bit better done by XTATIC. Kane, our MVP in the game, with 12 kills on Kane, 13 on Katanka, 10 on Tweaky, and 11 on Matt McLaren. So, going into our second round, I have updated the score. I'm a smart guy, I think. Going into our second map of today, XTATIC winning the first one. I'm just seeing that the in-game overlay is a little bit too something, I think, but I'm just leaving it there because that's what it's intended for. XTATIC winning the first map on Clubhouse, 4-6. Really closely done, but really nice map to watch actually. And now trying to win our second map. Ben's right there in the last time Thatcher, and I did not look at that. And now Blackbeard being the first one to be banned for the attackers by XTATIC. XTATIC still standing on orange, TransacT still standing on blue. And, well, just like that, we are going to see who will win this all. Buck being the next operator banned. Lion was banned last time, but Buck being the next operator banned here on Border. For the defense, I don't think that Blackbeard Buck is too hard of a ban. Like, yeah, Buck kinda is, because Buck is a really important operator if you want to really pressure your team, your enemy team from down below. But Blackbeard on the other side, he does work, but there are better options to ban. But you also need to keep in mind when you're banning a really important operator, you're banning him for yourself too. That's why Mira and Pulse are heavy hitting. You don't see a Pulse all too often, but he's still doing work if you've got a good Pulse. But you see a Mira nearly every time. So Mira being out, which I think Mira is nearly on 100% ban pick rate in my casts. Mira being out is important. Armory Lockers Archives going out for XTATIC, Frost, Castle, Smoke, Jaeger, Bandit. You don't really see a Castle too often on Armory Lockers. Still he's coming out. Frost switched out for that Valkyrie, Twitch, Ash, Thatcher, Thermite, IQ going in the other teams. So they've got actually 3 anti-utilities. They've got no... Well, you could try and use Twitch as a disruptor, but they don't have a main disruptor. Wouldn't even call Twitch a disruptor. And they've got 2 breaches, 1 hard, 1 soft. They are completely focusing on that utility, which... Yes, of course, XTATIC is using their utility very well. But I don't know if you need 3 operators against the enemy utility. Still, 3 going out there. On the other hand, you've got the vision on the Valkyrie on Katanka. You've got, well, just some reinforcements on Kane, just trying to delay the enemy team, just like Osiris on the Smoke is. Wiki trying to stay anti-attacker utility, and so is Danish. With Jaeger and Bandit, actually. Dunker trying to get that last Black Eye, it's called Black Eye, out. He's not, well, he's getting shot at, but he's not taking any damage, and still up and kicking till now. And McLaren is the Ash trying to come around the corner, and as far as I know, they are trying to attack B from the balcony, which you don't see all too often. With a Thatcher Thermite, it's not your go-to tactic. Your go-to tactic is, well, in some cases, just trying to attack from here, trying to get into A. Right now we are seeing an attack focused on that B-bomb side, with Frosty and Scully right here trying to go into offices, which is something you still see occasionally, and should probably still work. Katanka being spotted by that first drone, still has Kane and Osiris with him. Danish getting that first kill against MGK done. That's the Twitch completely out of the round. It's one of 3 anti-utilities. Like, in my opinion, there's not really a reason for picking Twitch if you've got Thatcher. Kane getting the kill against Frosty, Matt McLaren on half of his health. Ranka still spotted, but still doing the work of killing his enemies. C4 out, won't do any damage at all. Scully still alive, Osiris getting the kill against MGK. I'm not seeing any of those kills. And Scully now with Rubber in a 2v5. Slowly trying to get in. Katanka now changing positions. Will be seen by Rubber, but Rubber will also fall. So now we've got 2 kills. We at least see that's nearly half, right? And Scully now in a 1v5 will be killed by Katanka. And we are now going into the 1-0. XTATIC getting the first round for them. 2 kills on Katanka, Kane on 1, Danish on 1, Osiris on 1. No one on XTATIC's team dying, which isn't the best place to start off for TransacT, but it's still a place. place, and I think my connection just dropped, which Ah. Yeah, my connection definitely just dropped. I'm uploading with 0 kilobits per second. I'm glad I'm still in the game. Okay, connection should be back. I'm sorry about that short connection loss. I don't know if you've missed anything too much. Well, all you could have missed is basically XTATIC winning with no player dying, getting that first round. So 1-0 now for XTATIC. We are back, and on the YouTube file that is going to sound so confusing, but well, long story short, my connection dropped and I was just watching if it is going back or if I have to do anything manually to bring it back. KTATIC. And no, well, 5 persons going to watch the YouTube, but still, persons, people, 5 people. Let's stop. 5 people do need info. Workshop, ventilation. Now our next defense. We've got a C-Race Kane, Danish, KTATIC, and someone else here, Tweaky, on Valkyrie, Legion, Echo, Jäger, and Castle. Jäger, Legion we haven't seen the last time, pretty sure. We have definitely not seen too much from them because KTATIC did, well, some work. And I was mainly focused on KTATIC because he was, well, nearly focused by every of his enemy players. On the attacking side, still 1 anti-utility. They bring 3 breaches, 2 hard, 1 soft with the Hibana and the Thermite, the hard breaches, and the Sledge, the soft breacher, and they bring the Disruptor on MGK with the Dokeabi. Danish still staying alive in the in Armory. He's got Tweaky with him. But they are going to be pushed. Sledge opening up that first window. Door. Matt McLaren blowing through, and Rubber's already ready to try and throw a grenade in, and that grenade is coming, but not getting any kills. Scully now on 25 HP. Will still stay alive, but he's not looking too good on those 25. Getting that next flashbang out, trying to at least find 1 kill. He's completely alone. His team's completely deserted him. Well, except for Frosty, who's still there. And McLaren, Rubber, and MGK still a little bit further off. And now Scully completely alone against Tweaky and Danish, who are both staying alive and who are now getting pushed from 2 sides. So he's not completely deserted, but he's alone in his position. Danish now getting some damage done to him. He's, well, make it 70 HP. Not like 65. Scully finding the kill against Tweaky. So first pick going in to the side of TransacT. They've got KTATIC still against them. He will be seen by no one, but Logic Bomb coming out. He will find that that Dokeabi on MGK. MGK will fall to the ground. Rubber already lying on the ground, but there's still Frosty getting that next kill. Kane at least finding Scully. And this is now a 2v3. Rubber being picked up off the ground. Kane and Osiris can still try and win a 2v3, but it will be hard. Frosty now on the Thatcher. Matt McLaren still on Thermite. Rubber on the Sledge. They can try and open up that ground above the enemy players and try to find them from right there. Rubber is doing that right now. Will not see anyone till now, but he's at least trying. Matt McLaren still there, and Rubber getting some damage done to his name. 25 HP left on that Sledge. And he will not fall to the ground once more. He's completely dead if he falls. Sirius still on the Echo drone on the Yokai. Bunny waiting on another sign of anything. Dropping down will be Matt McLaren, who will take some damage, who will fall to Kane. Diffuser on the ground. I don't know if they can actually get through the castle barricade. Kane setting up a next goo mine. Kane getting the kill onto Rubber, and now it's all down to Frosty, who will die to that Legion mine by Kane. Kane getting the last 3 kills. Well, and with that, XTATIC taking the second round to a 2-0. Which is amazing, seeing that they lost 2 players in the beginning. Still, they are able to hold up and able to get at least the 2-0. losing 2 players, still holding, and still getting a 2v2v3 and winning that 2v3 with just Kane. XTATIC still just in huge quotation marks on 3 kills, Kane already on 5. And now for TransacT at least 3 kills done. My connection also dropping. I don't know why the upload is so iffy today. I'm sorry, but there's really nothing I can do against that. But okay, 3 kills again, at least on TransacT name. So with that, they've got room to work with, of course, but they are definitely seeing that they can try and get kills against their enemy team, which in that case would be XTATIC. Kane, XTATIC, Osiris, Tweaky, and Danish on the Valkyrie, on the Legion, Smoke, Jaeger, and Castle, playing against a Thatcher, Thermite, Zephyr, DKAB, and Twitch. And XTATIC now trying to reach the 3-0 mark. If they reach the 3-0, they will definitely have the lead coming out of this first half. Question is, can they hold this for a little bit longer? Osiris trying to open up. Tweaky right behind him on the Jaeger, setting up upstairs so that they can at least try and defend from upstairs. All 5 players right now on the 2nd floor, trying to defend with everyone from here. XTATIC bring out 1 black eye, not finding anyone. Well, and no one's dropping down till now, which might not be the best idea because Frosty is probably trying to drone in at some point. We'll see that both sides are completely clear, and with that the Thermite will come around on Scully, and they will try to get in on the B side. I don't know if XTATIC really realizes that, because that is not the best idea they are having here. They should at least have 1 player on the ground. XTATIC getting outside, finding the kill against Frosty, bringing this at least to a 4v5, and now you can immediately ignore my words, because I was banking on Frosty staying alive so Scully could at least try and do some work as the Thermite. Now they really need to get in from downstairs. Scully won't do anything else. But even if they are going to be able to get on the side with all 4 players still alive, with all 5 players of XTATIC still upstairs, as soon as XTATIC hears that diffuser, they will start dropping down, and they still have vision on the way towards the side. So not the best way for TransacT to try and win this. MGK on the diffuser trying to go through together with Scully. We'll see 1 player above them. That's Kane on the Legion. Kane now on half of his health. Will still at least stay alive, but he's not looking too good. Tweaky now his players right below him, and he will see 1 of them. MGK will fall. It's the diffuser to the ground. 2 kills going in for XTATIC. TransacT Scully directly next to the diffuser. Rubber getting his first logic bomb out to at least hear where the enemy players are. Scully moving a little bit more forward. Stays alive till now. At McLaren right behind. Tweaky will find that next headshot. I don't know what he expected. Tweaky is definitely seeing the diffuser. Of course, he's just trying to hold that diffuser so no one can actually get that. They still have a smoke on Rubber. Why didn't they throw that? Like, Tweaky is definitely not moving. Rubber's still at least getting 1 kill. They need to A, kill Tweaky, B, get away to get the diffuser without being seen. They can't just run up there and hope Tweaky will miss a shot. I mean, they can hope that, but that's a really dangerous game to play, and Scully knows that. That's why he's killed by Kane. Rubber now in a 1v4, now on 25 HP. 15 seconds, and he's got no way to get to the diffuser in time. All XTATIC has to do is just wait up there for the time to be over, and like that, this should be the 3-0, with XTATIC opening a round with 4 players still alive and 1 player for TransacT. Not the best way for TransacT to play this. XTATIC looking good right now, looking really good. holding this to a 3-0, trying to bring this to a the 5-0 in the first half, then the 6 in the second half. Don't know if it's actually going to work, but they are obviously trying. Kane, KTATIC, Danish, Tweak and Asiris on XTATIC trying to win with the Mute, Valkyrie, Bandit, Jäger and Maestro. Haven't seen the Maestro before in this game. Have seen it on Clubhouse actually. So what is Asiris able to do with the Maestro? I mean, he doesn't need to do that much. They already won 3 rounds. They definitely have the lead. They don't need to switch up too much of their strategy. They are definitely going to be in the lead for, well, a long time. At least 3 rounds. And after those 3 rounds, even if they lose 3 rounds in a row, this will still be a draw, a 3-3 on both sides. Of course on both sides. It's a 3-3. What did I expect? So going into the round, we will play Armory Archives again, since XTATIC is now able, after 3 rounds, to play it. Danish now trying to hold us a smoke. I'd be interested in one team not closing this with reinforcements. Like just opening that wall like Danish is doing. Thing is, that's probably not a good idea. But the way Danish didn't even set up right there and opened up that complete wall, I'm interested to see if they are going to do it. Like, are they man enough to try this right here? Answer is no. Danish is coming around and, well, Danish is definitely coming around and reinforcing this. No, we are 3 seconds into the round and this is still not reinforced. No, take your time, please. Asiris now placing one evil eye right there. And that wall is still opened up. Shield placed by Asiris to at least get some cover. I don't know what's up with that wall, but I'm interested to see how they are going to play this. Because I have really never seen a team leaving that wall open. Well, not even leaving that wall open, leaving that wall not reinforced and opening it up. Kane not finding 1 kill on anyone. Wiki staying alive in CCTV. Frosty throwing 1 EMP and 2 officers trying to get a kill right there. Kane is already completely downstairs in customs trying to find someone from there. Wiki's still in CCTV. Is there someone in offices? Probably at that point. Then KTATIC, who's now on his Yokai. Yokai 1 will fall. He's at least seeing where the thermite is going through. Kane getting 1 kill. Danish needs to reposition. Kane killing Frosty the Thatcher to bring it to a 4v5. First good news of the day for them. Actually, the evil eye by the Maestro placed in a really interesting position. Kane getting another kill against Maestro. Thing for TransacT is they know Kane is behind them. So they really need to act up against him, because otherwise he's coming around and trying to get a 3rd kill. And he will get that first kill. Matt McLaren will fall, and now it's all down to Scully. Scully in a 1v5. And what happens? KTATIC definitely got 1 kill. And if Kane can at least try and get a 4th kill, KTATIC secured his place as the only player getting the ace, just by stealing the ace for Kane. Scully still trying to see where everyone is. He's got 1 smoke with him. Don't know if it's going to help too much because he still needs to get to the diffuser. They should know where he is, because he's been loud enough and he's got a player right with him. Taking some damage by the evil eye. That evil eye will at least fall. Well, he's not taking too much, but it's something. If you're lucky, that's 1 shot off. Scully seeing 1 player, missing his shots, so that player will stay alive. We'll move up front to him. I don't know what KTATIC was expecting, but I think it wasn't that. KTATIC falling, and from down below, Asiris now trying to get the kill, which he will then find. Was it? Yes, it was from outside, which he will then find. Actually, Asiris using the player who went outside to try and get Scully from behind. So now, this the 4-0. And XTATIC, well, trying to bring this, like I said, to the 6-0. TransacT now in a bit of a hurry because they still have to win at least one round. They've yet to win one round, sorry. Not looking too bright for them. IQ, Ash, Thatcher, Ying, Thermite going out to Ventilation Workshop. Maybe they can still bring this to a 4-1. They had a 4-1 in Clubhouse and brought that to a 4-6, which still isn't a win, but it's something. If they are lucky, they can bring this to a 4-1 at least. Win that 4-1 right here for them. If that is going to work, I don't know. So, next round going in for XTATIC. Again on Workshop Ventilations. Katanka setting up as the Valkyrie. Has Kane right behind him on the Legion. MGK just droning through. So at least seeing 2 players. Danish right behind him, so that drone will immediately be out of the game. Tricky setting up upstairs. I'm going to be interested in what they are going to do upstairs, because when we played Bathroom, they were staying upstairs with all 5 players. Are they doing this again, or probably not, because Osiris and Kane are still down? And probably not getting up, considering there's one castle barricade in their way. Yeah. They are staying down there for a long time. So now Kane and Osiris, the only 2 players downstairs. Scully as the Ash immediately charging in, using that 3 speed to get some kills. Finding at least his drone. Opening up there. Why? That was reinforced. That's just one breaching round completely wasted. I mean, I'll take it. TransacT now losing 1 breaching round on the Ash, which, like, isn't the best thing for them, but okay, they need to work around that. Janka with a beautiful black eye right there. Tweaky just waiting on his enemy team to push through. Danish again on his side, just waiting on anyone to push through Armor Locker's archives, or Armor Lockers at this point. And they are waiting. They've got the holes, they've got the windows to just try and see where everyone is going to come from. Rubber getting the first kill against Kane. Danish trying to get the next kill back on Matt McLaren. At least bring this to a 4v4. MGK still inside the building. Katanka actually being spotted outside, still staying alive. And Zero is completely alone as the only player on the side. He's actually brought the Supernova with him to try and defend. Of course, he's got the bearing with him. That might not be... I mean, probably will still work. The bearing isn't a bad SMG. Not like that. Frosty now slowly trying to go in. He's got Scully right behind him. MGK trying to breach through. He's got the Thatcher to help him with that. Zero is just trying to see if he can maybe find where the last players are coming from. Got his Echo drones with that. Katanka finding the first kill against MGK. He's already downstairs, but he will be found by Scully. Scully, who's coming from the side, finding the kill against Katanka, but whose position is now known. Tricky, therefore, trying to come around the side. Danish still on the servant. Osiris still trying, waiting on the help by Tweaky, who's now coming down. Danish finding the first kill against Scully, seeing the last 2 players alive, being found by Rubber. Rubber being traded in by Osiris, and now it's all down to Frosty. Frosty in a 1v2. He's planting the diffuser, using the shield. He has his cover, but that doesn't work against Tweaky. Tweaky will just run around, find that last kill, and bring the 5-0 into XTATIC hands. And, well, this is a flawless first half for XTATIC. If TransacT can completely reenact what XTATIC just showed us here, they can still bring this to an overtime. It's going to be a hard and long way to go. Like, try and get a flawless half. XTATIC was barely able to do that. They had some... they had some close games. Actually, Osiris not even dying once. Kane with 1 death and 9 kills. 6 on Katanka, but also 3 deaths. So the KD of 9 on Kane, which is impressive. Bandit, Jäger, Mute, Smoke, and Valkyrie for the defense in Armory Lockers Archives. Thank you, Chubby, for the compliment, which is as well as appreciated as you follow 44 minutes ago. But we are still in game for at least one more round. Match point for XTATIC, and that match point will be, well, 5 match points if TransacT can bring this to the 5-5. I don't think they are going to... Did I say XTATIC or TransacT? If TransacT can bring this to the 5-5, I don't think they will be able to do so, but they are trying. Rather setting up right here. He's got MGK right behind him, and McLaren Scully also upstairs, and Frosty as the mute. On the attacking side, I already went through the defensive side. On the attacking side, the Capitao, IQ, Thermite, Sledge, and the Dokabi. I don't know why I list off every player on TransacT side, like on the defensive side, like nearly every round. But okay. Scully opening up that wall. Like he's doing the same thing XTATIC did with that wall. Just that I've seen it on that wall. I haven't seen anyone doing it like XTATIC, just opening up the front wall to the A side, where MGK is now hiding behind. Nearly no anti-utility on XTATIC. They at least bring the IQ, but honestly, the IQ will just be able to see where the utility on the enemy side is positioned. Kane won't be able to really get the utility destroyed, which, I mean, theoretically is anti-utility, because if you know where it is, you can still manage, but in practice, not so much. But seeing that MGK placed those chargers right there, those batteries, no, there aren't even any batteries placed. If there were batteries, they could try to come from down below and destroy those batteries, but without batteries, MGK will try to bandit trick this. So just switching between Osiris and MGK. MGK on the correct position, at least destroying the first exothermic charge. Tweaky getting the first kill against Rubber. There's still another player downstairs. That player will be Matt McLaren, now in workshop, preparing already for the next round if they are able to pull this round off. But to do that, Matt McLaren probably needs to stay alive. Immediately runs out of there. It's now at central stairs, finding the next player. Now on the ground, Tweaky. Tweaky will fall. There's a second player right behind that. Matt McLaren should probably know that, but he's moving away. He's on half HP and he doesn't want to risk it. Coming from downstairs, Kane. Well, yeah, of course. I completely forgot, like I said, you can try and get the batteries from down below. I completely forgot that Kane, of course, can see where the batteries are positioned and is the perfect operator to try and get the batteries from down below. I forgot about that. MGK getting 2 kills into the round and bring this all to a 2v4. Now it's down to Danish and Kane in a 2v4. The diffuser on the ground, Danish needs to try and get towards that. SMG-12 in his hands. Obviously, most players play the SMG-12. I've seen the C75 or CZ twice, and once of those 2 times was on me. You're not playing the C75, not at all. SMG-12 on Danish. Danish at least getting Scully. Scully getting the kill on Kane, and Danish bringing this all down to a 1v1. MGK behind Armory Lockers Archives, behind the bomb. 15 seconds to go. His phone will ring, and Danish will hear where he is, find the headshot, bring the 6-0 in for XTATIC, and XTATIC with a great last round on Danish, winning with 4 kills in that last round in a nearly 1v4. Bring this all to a 6-0. GG, well played. XTATIC finding 2 maps, the 4-6 and the 6-0. 4-6 on Clubhouse and, well, 0-6 theoretically on Border. And with that, this game will be won by XTATIC.